So y'all, in this video, man, we finna put some good food on the table, man. Hey, get your forks, get your knives, hey, eat up, y'all. Be filled. So we finna explain the pen and the spirit. Because in this time, we have put the pen and the spirit together. When actually, the spirit and the pen are two separate things. And when I say the pen, I'm talking about the handwritings. Because we are a generation that go through the book. We're not going through the Son to get to God. We're going through the book. Now hold on to that. We're going through the book part. And we not go through the Son. Hold on to those two things. And after this video, you can accept the third thing so you can resurrect. So come walk with me. I'm in gonna go to 2 Corinthians. So right now, we in 2 Corinthians, we're in chapter 3, and we're gonna go to verse 6. It says, who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. Now, why is not of the letter? For the letter do what? Focus, baby, focus. The letter killeth, but the Spirit giveth life. Again, that was 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. So as we see what? We see the letter killing. So the Spirit never will what? Unalive you. The Spirit always gives life. So why is it saying the letter do what? Destroy you. Now remember, this video was about the letter versus the Spirit. Now, where does the Spirit dwell? In a book, or does the Spirit dwell in the flesh? Let's go to another scripture. So right now we're in John 6. Let's go over to 6 and 62. It says, what if ye shall see the Son of Man, the flesh, ascend to where he was before? Because where does the Spirit dwell? In the flesh, to raise the flesh up. It says, it is the Spirit that quickeneth, and the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. Now again, those are very important words for people who say they get life from a book and not the Spirit. Because if the Spirit has given you life, you wouldn't go to the book. I hope that didn't offend you. So let's go to another scripture, because the words that's spoken are spirit. We speak in scripture. We're not speaking what? Spirit. We are quoting the script. The Spirit don't make you quote the scriptures. The Spirit makes you fulfill the scriptures. So I want to go to a verse, because we don't even know where the spiritual words come from. They don't come from a book. So the scriptures can't give you life. It got to be the spiritual words that's coming from the Son of Man that God has placed the Spirit upon. The breath of life. Because where is the power of life and death? In the tongue. The power of life and death is in the tongue. So if your tongue is speaking a written word, it's not speaking the Spirit. Because the Spirit is not the scriptures. So come walk with me and let me see what we're supposed to get the law from. So right now we're in the book of Malachi. We're in chapter 2. Let's go down. We're going to start at verse 6. It says, the law of truth was in his what? Mouth. Where's the law of truth? Was in his mouth, and in iniquity he was not, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and iniquity, and did turn many away from iniquity. He did those things that God put the Spirit in.
It says, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. The Bible is not the message. The Bible is the will of God. So the Bible has to be done and not spoken.
So right now, as you see, I'm giving you all these things to get you to the spirit, which would be inside the flesh that God have chosen to speak the word and not write the word. That's why Christ don't have no book, because Christ don't write. Christ speaks the word, the spoken word. Man cannot live off bread alone, but every word that proceeds from where? The mouth of God. The mouth of God is the anointed vessel that God have put the spirit in. Come on with me.
So now we're in the book of Jeremiah. We're in Jeremiah chapter 8. Let's go down to 8 and 8. It says, how do you say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? How do you say these things? And if you don't have what? The anointed one, because everybody that read the Bible, they say the anointed one is in the sky. Well, you don't have the law, you don't have the message, and you don't have the word, because what does the word do? It becomes flesh. So it says, lo, certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. The pen? Now, I read earlier in the 2 Corinthians that the letter, which is the pen, it kills. Now, the pen of the scribes is vain.
So why do the scriptures talk about vain imaginations? Because everything you read, you have to imagine about. You don't see it with your eyes. You don't hear it with your ears. But you had to see Moses. You had to hear Moses. You had to see Jesus. You had to hear Jesus. You had to see Noah. You had to what? Hear Noah. You had to see the prophets, and you had to hear the prophets. You didn't imagine the prophets. But since we are reading, we are imagining. This is why the spirit versus the pen. The spirit versus the letter. Because we are a generation where we get everything about God from the letter, not from the spirit, because the spirit will be in a vessel speaking to you. We imagining that we have the spirit. Because what? All we have is the pen. You know, so let me show you what Christ is doing on earth right now, so you can come back to the spirit. Come follow me out. This is going to be the icing on.
So as you can see, we're in Colossians chapter 2, and let's start at verse 14. So it says, blotting out handwriting of ordinance that was against us. Handwriting against us. Why is it against us? What do it do? When you read, you don't hear, you don't see, you imagine. And your imagination is vain, because I just read to you in Jeremiah 8 and 8. The pen is vain. So this is contrary to us. And took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. So because I'm taking the book from everybody, I'm crucified. So I put the book on my cross because I carry these burdens. It says, and having spoiled principalities and powers. Now, why are all principalities and powers finna be destroyed? Because all wisdom of the book is defiled, because everybody is speaking on their imagination. They're not speaking on what? The fulfillment, the manifestation, which is the mystery. And he made what? So everybody say, why Christ got a social media? Because what? He made a show of them openly, so everybody can see, trampling over them in it.
So now that's a lot of people ignorant say, why does Christ got a social media? Why is Christ on social media? Because I can show y'all openly how everybody's wisdom is defiled, how everybody is a liar, how everybody is false, and how everybody is afraid of the light. I can show you these things openly. I'm not in a dark. I'm not in a building. I'm worldwide on social media, exposing all principalities and powers and making it a show. This is what Christ's going to do. Hollywood ain't show you this. Because why? The revolution is not televised. Why do it say that? So the true images of God fulfillment, they won't happen in real life, not on television. So I hope the Father has circumcised y'all hearts and ears for this message. I'm out. Peace.